Right, here it is. 10 things that you can do to change your life that require absolutely zero talent. So come on, stop mucking about, do it now. Okay, here we go. No one said that life was going to be a walk in the park. And it's safe to say that we're always looking for ways to make it a little bit easier. Hence the popularity of time and labour saving devices that flood the market and promise to make all of those mundane and everyday tasks an absolute doddle to do. However, what about the things that we can do ourselves to improve our lives? Things don't rely on us having the latest expensive Apple gadget. Some would say that in that case, success in life all comes down to our own skill set or talent. And when most of us think of success, we tend to instantly think about money. There's no denying that having a load of money certainly improves your quality of life and makes things easier. However, unless you happen to be born into wealth, the amount you have is most likely to come down to what talent you have and how much effort you're going to put into it. Sadly, we can't all be star athletes, great singers, dancers, actors, entrepreneurs, or whatever else you aspire to be. However, there are some things that you can do regardless of talent that can improve your life immensely and make you more successful, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in a financial sense. So here are my 10 super duper tips that you can do that require zero talent. Zero, zilch, nada. 10 things. Come on, here we go. Number one, and this is one of my favorites, right? Being on time. Despite the fact that some people never seem to manage it, being on time for things doesn't require some sort of secret skill that they haven't been let in on. Whether it's being on time for an appointment, meeting, or even social meeting, a social gathering, it doesn't matter. Always being on time will improve your life by creating a great first impression with your peers and friends. Human beings rely on social interaction, on being accepted as part of a group. I didn't know if you knew that, but we are pack animals. And being someone who is thought of as reliable and respectful of other people's time will definitely bolster your social status. So it is said that time is money. And in general, people hate there's being wasted. Me, personally, if I'm going to a meeting and somebody's 10 minutes late, it's ta-da, I'm going. Because clearly, if they don't value their own time, they're clearly not valuing my time. And is that somebody I want to work with? Probably not. Latecomers are often seen as arrogant, slovenly, selfish, and not exactly qualities you want to be associated with, particularly by your friends and those you work with. You're unlikely to get invited to many more functions if you're always the one that turns up late to the surprise party and ruins the effect. After everyone's been ready to order for half an hour and you're just being late. Or after everyone's seated in church and the bride's about to walk in and you walk in behind her. How bad's that? Come on, sort your life out. And when it comes to your career, the effects could be even more devastating. People who are consistently late for meetings or turning in reports at the end of the week are unlikely to be in their job very long. And if you're the type to turn up late for interviews, you probably won't even get the job in the first place. It takes literally zero talent at all to be on time, just an alarm and a bit of forethought. So I always learnt from my good old dad all those years back, it's better to be an hour early than a minute late. Where else is that showing up in your life if you're late all the time? So come on. Number two, and I love this one as well. In fact, I love them all. That's why I've done this blog. Second thing, right then, being prepared. The Boy Scouts were really good at this. They were really onto something. And being prepared is something else that requires no skill set at all. Nothing at all. Then looking before you leap. While we're on the cliched sayings, failing to plan is planning to fail. Could not be closer to the truth. If you don't have a course of action prepared before you do something, the chances of things going the way you hoped are, to put it bluntly, pretty shit. If your philosophy in life is fuck it, I'll just wing it, you might have just found the answer to the question, why don't things work out for me? It's incredibly rare that the winging it attitude wins out when it comes to job interviews, public speaking, work projects, meetings, exams, and the list goes on and on and on, and in particular, entrepreneurship. So save yourself time and stress and increase your chances of success in everything you do by being prepared. Take some time before everything you do to plan out what you're going to say and do, and the outcome is likely to be much more favourable. Remember, after all, if you're failing to plan, you're planning to fail. Number 3, work ethic. This seems to be missing today in a lot of people. I don't know, I just want to work my 6 hours and that's it. Listen, certain jobs, in fact, most jobs require a level of talent or skill, but actually pulling your finger out and doing the work in the first place doesn't require any talent. It doesn't matter how good you are at something. If you don't have the work ethic to get the job done, you're not going to be successful. You can massively improve your quality of life by taking pride in what you're doing. And if you're in a rut, get out and find something that does motivate you and spark up that work ethic. Cutting corners at work is often tempting. I know, I've seen it. And it's easier, but if you don't show dedication and pride in the quality of what you do, the talents and skills that got you there in the first place ain't worth a shit, all right? So if you know you've got complacent recently work-wise and you know you aren't really giving it your all, give yourself a kick up the arse and inject some work ethic into what you do. Remind yourself of the reasons you love what you do and try to reignite that passion. Put an effort into what you do, whether it's your dream, career or not, takes no talent at all. But the improvements to life overall, including your motivation and even your mental health, will soon become apparent. Number 4, going above and beyond. You know, giving more than you get. Now, there's a concept for you. You know, it's one that I actually agree. Give more than you're actually being paid for. Are you doing the bare minimum type of person? Do you glide along, putting in as much effort as is absolutely necessary at work, with the kids, in relationships? And if your answer is yes, then this one's for you. Now then, I'm not suggesting you burn yourself out by putting in tons of unpaid overtime at work or putting yourself out for people who wouldn't reciprocate. But it's a fact that those who do more than is expected of them tend to be more successful. People who are attentive and good communicators have healthier, happier relationships than those who aren't. Employees who take on extra projects and offer ideas in meetings, now there's a novel thing, have more rewarding careers. Students who do work for extra credit and study beyond the parameters of the curriculum get better exam results. Doing more than is specifically required of you makes you look keen and switched on. And it takes no talent. It just requires you to get off your arse and do it. Do it now, in fact. You've probably heard that somewhere. Number 5, body language. Oh, what's this say? You probably assume that your body language isn't something you can control. That's simply a series of subtle yet complex signals that you give off subconsciously and can't do anything about. Well, there is some truth in that. It's generally pretty easy to tell by somebody's body language and their demeanour if they're feeling scared, nervous, confident, etc., etc., etc. Being aware of your body language and changing it if necessary is something you can do without needing to take a course. Think of the message that you want to communicate with your body and then fake it until you make it. And you'll find that your life and chances of success will improve tenfold. Whether it's trying to land that deal, ask out that person you like, or even control some fear, or being aware of your body language is key. You see how I changed there? Watch out for folded arms, jiggling limbs, and looking at the ground. Anything belies how unsure you are and anxious you might feel. Counter those with plenty of eye contact, though not staring like that. Shoulders back, standing tall, taking space without being bolshy or intimidating, speaking clearly and not fidgeting. It sounds like a lot, but it doesn't take talent to master, just practice. Come on. Number 6, passion. Passion in what you do, not passion. You know what I'm talking about, passion. Right. Apathetic people who don't really care about anything are easy to spot and not much fun to be around. Showing enthusiasm about the stuff you are passionate about is infectious and will draw people to you, making you engaging and approachable. Being passionate about things and showing that will improve your social life by putting you into contact with like-minded people and widening your friendship group. Remember, people attract people like them. It can improve your work life, leading to new opportunities that might not have been possible if you kept quiet and sat back like a shrinking violet. The most successful entrepreneurs and business people in the world are those that are passionate about what they do and who don't stop going on about it. Don't know if you know anybody about that. Talent level required, 0. Number 7, energy. Well, this is a big one, isn't it? So energy is everything. Everything is energy. You break it all down and it's energy. So why would you not be aware of yours? Much in the same way that passion is infectious, a person's energy levels can do the same thing. We've all known an energy vampire, somebody that sucks it out of you. Someone is so unmotivated and lethargic that they just suck the living life force out of you. And before you know it, your own levels have taken a massive dip and it's almost impossible to replenish. So everyone has bad days where motivation is at an all-time low, but change your mindset. Focus on your goals and focus on the good stuff and your why, and force yourself out of that funk. I was going to even swear again then, but I didn't. People who are highly motivated and energetic will again find that more opportunities open up for them and that others will want to be around them. Improve your life by fostering a growth mindset and be a go-giver. An attitude and success is assured. And the best part, anyone can do it if you choose to. 0 talent required. Attitude. Oh, this is one. I love this one. Everything's about attitude. So about 15 years ago, a good mate of mine, Steve Jones, he does something similar to me. And we got together and we advertised in the Sunday Metro, the London Metro magazine, and to train business coaches and life coaches. So we put on a course to help business coaches and life coaches grow or to become, if that's what they wanted to do. And for 5 nights in a row, we had a hotel in Park Lane, and we got 150 people a night, and we were doing our bit, and we'd start off by saying, right, so, okay, what skill set is it that Alan Sugar, Peter Jones, Stelios, and Richard Branson, what do they need? What is the skill set that they have? And everybody come up with their ideas, and we'd write them up on the board, on the whiteboard. And when we went through them, 95% of all the skills they said were all attitude based. It had nothing to do with their skill set. It was all about their mindset and about their attitude towards stuff. Toxic positivity trend and the backlash against positive vibes only. There's a brigade out there that put pretty much of a bad spin on having a positive mental attitude in general. And that's a shame, because adjusting your attitude to one of positivity can be invaluable in all situations and can improve your life no end. It is your attitude that will determine your course in life. And if you're negative, you're simply blocking your own success. Once again, fake it till you make it if you need to. Practice positive affirmations. Yeah, every day I start my day with, you know, an attitude of gratitude. That was Tony Robbins as well, I think. Tony Robbins said, get up every day and be grateful for what you've got. So I do that, and I'm looking at what I have got rather than what I haven't. So why would you not do that? You know, research shows us that if we assume the worst, more often than not, guess what? The worst is bloody going to happen. So flip the script. When those negative voices pop into your brain and you replace them, so, do you know what, mate? Shut up and get some positive vibes in there. Get an elastic band around your wrist. And every time you get a negative thought in there or your attitude starts to go negative, flick the elastic band and come back with three positive ones to replace that negativity. Positivity is free and anyone can tap into it. And those that do will find their life is much improved. Your attitude will determine your altitude. Can't remember who that was, some guru out there. Number 9, and this is a big one as well, being coachable. You know what? We all know someone who knows everything. I call them kayaks, you know it all Collins. There's always somebody out there that simply won't be told and doesn't believe anyone can teach them anything. Now, I don't know if any of you have watched The Hotel Inspector with Alex Polizzi. Great bit. And she's like a female version of me, but she specialises in hotels. And she's gone to this hotel down in Devon, great place. I used to go a lot there when my boys were young. Beautiful hotel, and she's in there. So bearing in mind, she's really successful. She helps people change their lives. I wonder who else does that. Anyway, she's gone into this hotel and she's making all these suggestions. And the husband of this husband and wife team that run hotel, no, not having that. That won't work. That won't work. And I'm thinking, you complete dick. You've just got this top person in to help you. Your business is failing and you think you know better. What kind of uncoachable dick are you? We should always be constantly learning. No matter how much you know or think you know about a subject, there is always more. And the most successful human beings in the history of the planet are those who are always open to learning, to expanding their minds and their knowledge beyond the realms of what they thought was possible. So one of the things for me here is make sure you're finding out what you don't know rather than justifying what you do know, because the real game is outside of that. It takes zilch talent to be an open-minded and continuous learner, but the results could be epic. Finally, number 10. Always doing your best seems like an obvious point to make when it comes to making your life as good as it possibly can be. But I think it's fair to say that we don't always do it. If you're guilty of not giving your all when you do something, an easy hack for improving your life is to start doing it. Regret is one of the worst feelings, and regretting something because you know you didn't do your best is a classic recipe for kicking yourself, okay? Kick yourself up the arse. Doing your best literally requires zero talent. Your best is simply that, the best that you can do. And if you always do that, your life will be as good as it can possibly be. So why would you actually start something if you're not going to give it your all? The chances are you've got something yakking away in your head here that's talking you out of it. So come on. There's 10 things there. Stop mucking about. Get out 10 things that require zero talent. Have a go. No more excuses. Do it now. And if you've enjoyed this video, please watch the next video just here or subscribe to my YouTube channel just here.